Emmeline, and I tried filming this video the other day, but I was reviewing the footage and it was like an hour and not at all coherent, so I figured my commute's a great time to talk to myself. So I'm gonna retry this video. This weekend I am celebrating my Veganniversary, and it's exciting because it doesn't feel like it's been a full year yet, but I thought it'd be nice to just like have a quick video explaining why I'm vegan. But of course, this is how this video got too long the first time, because it's kind of it's a very complicated subject and full of a lot of things, but I want to do something quick because I get asked this question a lot in my real life, why I'm vegan. So yeah, I just wanted to dive in. First off, a lot of my reason for going vegan, it started with researching my health. So just like a quick backstory on that is, my whole life I was underweight, and I looked healthy, so I didn't really have any real medical issues, or so I thought. But about 2.5 years ago, my doctor on a whim suggested we test my cholesterol, and it was like off the charts high, crazy high. So when I started my new job, I finally gained weight to not be underweight anymore, which was a huge thing. But my cholesterol was still pretty high. It had gone down a tiny bit, but not by a lot. So it seemed like this was definitely going to be an issue. And I started seeing a cardiologist, which at the time I was 23, and I'm not a typical cardiologist patient. He likes to tell me that all the time. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna be socially awkward for a second and like not talk. Stoplight with people at it. This is a great way to face my social anxiety. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm like a block away now. So I started seeing a cardiologist, and we suspected it was probably a genetic issue, but luckily I was paired with a doctor who didn't just want to give me medication and walk away. We decided to just work really hard on my lifestyle and see what I could do to help fix those numbers on my own. So that's when I started researching a lot of what I could do myself. I started looking into what I could do with my diet because I was starting to get kind of active again, exercising on my own. And every source said avoid meat, eggs, dairy, and fried foods. And that's basically consistent across any resource about cholesterol you'll ever see. Of course, you don't really fall into that research without falling into like all the environmental and ethical stuff associated with a plant-based diet. So I kind of fell into an internet rabbit hole. And yeah, now basically when people ask me why, my answer is I have every reason to, and I ran out of reasons not to. I feel like those are two very different things. So basically I learned too much and I went vegan. And as for my health, my diet change, in addition to a supplement that basically acts like a statin, but it's not a prescribed statin, I was able to lower my numbers down to like pretty much normal. However, it has become clear that there is definitely a genetic part involved. I still will need to be going on a statin soon because my LDL, which is your bad cholesterol, it dipped down way lower, but not quite low enough based on like, I forget what my doctor says, but I trust my doctor. There's some guideline for if your LDL starts out as high as mine did. Mine started at 195. You should be under 100. The guideline is you should aim to cut it in half, and I only got down to like 107. So to be safe, still going to go on a statin because it's very clear I have a lipid disorder. But other than that, I was able to lower my overall cholesterol. My good cholesterol is going back up, and all my blood work is perfect. Everyone's always worried about my protein and my sugars and whatnot, and everything's totally normal, which is good news. So my health was like the first reason that got me into all this research. Past that, the environmental issues really got to me, and I recommend looking up the real numbers for all of this. I'm going to leave a bunch of stuff down below because I don't want to be giving you incorrect numbers or things that I feel like I remember but don't actually remember. The easiest thing that you can look up and find is how much water it takes to grow your food compared to how much water it takes to get, a burger patty or a pound of meat. Those numbers are quite startling, and I live in California where there's been this insane drought for the past few years, so the water really matters to me. Also, this is the fact that we grow enough food to feed everyone in the world, and then we feed half of it to our animals, and we don't have enough food for humans. That's pretty stupid to me. So yeah, I don't want to say too much more about it because, again, I don't have all the formal numbers, but just the more you look into the environment stuff, and especially greenhouse gas emissions, it's pretty insane. I mean, the fact that our animal agriculture contributes more to climate change than all of the transportation industry combined, cars, airplanes, trains, boats, etc. Why? It's not sustainable. Basically, the bottom line is I realized it wasn't sustainable, so I better frickin' change. So I did. Now the final thing is ethics, and I don't know how much I really want to go into this because I feel like a lot of the ethical stuff you kind of have to see and read for yourself to really understand the gravity of it, but a lot of it just made me angry. It's enough to know that animals are suffering and to watch slaughterhouse footage. It's only one part of it to me. I mean, I feel like the main part is starting to figure out that this is like an entire industry. It's literally just made on the backs of these animals, and how in eggs and dairy, the males are sort of side products that are discarded, to put it lightly. I mean, it just made me really angry. And I realized that by buying this stuff, I was effectively paying someone to kill and torture things for me. And that didn't really sit well with me. By paying someone else to do it, I'm effectively saying that it's okay that someone's doing it. And it's really easy to kind of put up that cognitive dissonance of, yeah, I know that these horrible things happen, but in the grocery store, it's all nicely packaged and it says cage-free or organic or grass-fed all over it, so it feels okay. But, you're paying someone else to just do that for you. And like I said, when you pay someone else to do it, you're effectively saying it's okay that someone's doing it at all. So a lot of the ethical stuff, obviously the feelings of animals matter a lot to me, and the fact that animals are dying for 10 to 30 minutes of pleasure of eating, that didn't sit well with me. But I mean, further than that, it's just the whole fact that there's this whole industry on it and I was supporting it really made me mad. So I think that's as far as I'm going to get into that, just because I know it's a very touchy subject, and like I said, I advocate that people should really look into it on their own and for themselves. I will link things below on the ethical front as well. But yeah, this is turning out much faster than my first version. My first video, I just kept going on tangents, and I realized those are separate videos, right? Because the point of this is just to explain my high level reasoning, celebrate the fact that it's been a whole year, be happy. And the other one, I was just talking a lot about random things and tips for newbies and things that I had to go through to change my thinking and my relationship with food. And I don't know, that's really interesting, deeper stuff that I feel like I don't really need to cover in this type of video. So yeah. Sorry, my arms keep getting tired. I have to keep switching hands. So thanks for walking me home. Thank you for watching. Again, just look down below for some sources if you're interested in the subject. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be putting up some recipes soon. I know I haven't posted here in a long time, but I've been trying to figure out what exactly I want to do, and I definitely want to be doing some more food stuff because people seem really interested in my food. And if you want to see all the beautiful food I make, I have an Instagram. I'll put it on the screen. That Instagram is solely devoted to my beautiful vegan food, sometimes fitness, but let's be real, it's all about my food. So take a look at that, and see you next time. Bye. Oh, and one last thing. I'm well aware that veganism is about more than just food. I'm only mentioning food because for my first year, that was what I really focused on, because obviously I eat a lot more than I do other things. But I am looking into all the clothes I have and trying to find vegan replacements for all my leather stuff. And I had never really bought wool, but you know, I'm looking into clothing labels more when I buy stuff. And doing the same with my makeup. So actually on my beauty channel, I just announced that I am going cruelty free. So there's that. It's very exciting. Anyway, felt like I should just say that because I don't want to get anyone thinking that I think veganism is just food, because that would be plant-based diet. I'm well aware. Anyway.